Tape. In the meantime, let's shift focus and talk about what's happening in Kerala, because the new government that has now taken shape, and just last week Congress's VD Satheesan, who took charge as Keralam's new chief minister, marking the UDF's return to power in the state after a decade. And it appears that the new government is now wasting no time in making its mark. When it comes to its major early decisions, Satheesan-led government has now axed the controversial SilverLine project, which was an ambitious 2019 mega rail plan of Pinarayi Vijayan government that had been stalled. Now, what is being said, the cabinet has decided to denotify land acquired for the project, effectively ending the ambitious rail corridor plan that was first proposed back in 2019. Now, the chief minister says that thousands of families endured prolonged hardship over the land acquisition fears. And in a significant outreach move, cases filed against the project, the protesters also, when it comes to them, that cases will be withdrawn.
Kasaragod SilverLine Padadi, Raddi Jedu Uttaravu പുറപ്പെടുവിക്കാനുള്ള തീരുമാനമെടുത്തു. പിന്നെ പദ്ധതിക്ക് വേണ്ടി സ്ഥാപിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള മഞ്ഞക്കുറ്റികൾ അത് നീക്കം ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് റവന്യൂ വകുപ്പിന് നിർദ്ദേശം നൽകിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കാരണം നിരവധി വർഷങ്ങളായി ഈ ഭൂമി വിൽക്കാനോ വാങ്ങാനോ ഇതൊന്ന് പണയപ്പെടുത്താനോ മകളുടെ വിവാഹത്തിന് ഒരു ലോൺ എടുക്കാൻ പോലും പറ്റാതെ ഈ സാധാരണക്കാരായ ആളുകൾ മുഴുവൻ വിഷമിക്കുകയാണ്. SilverLine സമരവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട വിവിധ കോടതികളിലും പോലീസ് സ്റ്റേഷനുകളിലും ഒക്കെ നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന കേസുകൾ അത് ആഭ്യന്തര വകുപ്പ് അത് പരിശോധിച്ച് കേസുകളുടെ സ്വഭാവം അനുസരിച്ച് അത് പിൻവലിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ശുപാർശകൾ കോടതിയാണ് അനുമതി നൽകേണ്ടത്. കോടതിയിലേക്ക് ഗവൺമെന്റ് അതിനുള്ള ശുപാർശ കോടതിക്ക് മുൻപാകെ നമ്മൾ സമർപ്പിക്കാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചു.
So the Congress-led Keralam government has stated that the project was withdrawn due to its abandonment by the previous administration and issues also pertaining to the transactions regarding lands notified for acquisition, a move that could be affecting the common man. Let's get you a better understanding when we talk about what the government is of the point of view, saying that the central government's lack of approval for the project added to that mix. So here is the chief minister who has clarified that the government would be supportive of a high-speed rail corridor as long as it was financially and environmentally sound for the state. So let's talk about what exactly is this SilverLine project and why it is now being scrapped. First, it was unveiled by the then LDF government of Pinarayi Vijayan, and it is being said that happened back in 2019. However, when it comes to land acquisition, SilverLine was pitched to be as a transformation to a semi-high-speed rail corridor that was stretching from Thiruvananthapuram and in the south to Kasaragod in north. Now, when it comes to the government's big promise was a simple travel time, especially when it comes to across the state of Kerala, and reducing the congestion on the roads and existing rail routes, and also to modernize state's transport network. However, that seems to be a fallout, especially when it comes to fears of long-term debt burden on the state, and especially when it comes to the widespread fear amongst the residents over eviction, displacement, and also loss of their homes. So this is coming in financially as well. You know, the staggering estimated cost of nearly 64,000 crores, and with the critics warning that the burden of the long-term debt could actually weigh heavily on the state's finances. And finally, when it comes to the approval deadlock, because SilverLine required clearances from the centre and from the railway ministry, and the project simply couldn't move forward. So this was one of those projects, Arpita, good morning, that the Congress party previously had also opposed. And now coming into power, VD Satheesan seems to have taken this move, especially saying that this ambitious mega project should have been scrapped. However, they are not against the project, but they want certain changes in the project.
Well, Amita, in 2019, when the Pinarayi-led government had announced this project, there were multiple issues raised by public and the critiques. In fact, this project was a it was for...
Unfortunately, lost that line, but... this is what we are getting to know as far as when it comes to the Keralam government, which has now decided to scrap the SilverLine project. Let's, in the meantime,